Thanks for tuning in today. Really appreciate that. My name is Scott. I am your host. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large. We are a YouTube channel dedicated to sharing with you the learnings from the road as I drive around North America and live in and work in my 2019 Winnebago Travato GL. G is the floor plan. L stands for lithium, Volta-equipped lithium-ion system. And this video you're going to see is a really good video for people that are experienced at RVing or are brand new to it or are still checking things out. It's a departure checklist. And I did not start with one of these. And let me tell you, my first 6 months and still even to this day, I go through this checklist every single time to avoid making messy or costly mistakes. I live and work full-time for my Winnebago. That is until recently. This is being recorded, this intro right now is being recorded early April 2020. We are in the mid of the COVID-19 pandemic. Everybody's on lockdown. Can't wait to hit the road. So when you do, get this checklist. Go to my website. You can download the checklist I made as a PDF, no charge. Just download that bad boy. Instructions are in the video a little bit further in. And customize it for your own needs. Make your own based on the rig type that you have and your needs specifically. Please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. That will help contribute to the success of our channel. Give it a thumb up if you get something out of this. Really do appreciate that. And if you didn't, give it a thumb down. That makes me know that you didn't like it, and I'll make fewer things like that. Stay safe. How many times have you driven off with the fan going, the water pump on, the propane on, maybe the windows open? I've made all those mistakes. Today, I'm going to share with you my checklist for departing. To share with you my departure checklist. There's probably about almost 20 items. Each checklist is probably personalized for the actual RV, type of RV you have and the way you live in it, recreate in it, etc. But I want to go through each of these really quickly with you so you can make your own checklist, and I'm actually putting this on my website. You can download this as a PDF from my website, Go Small, Live Large. So you don't have any of these errors made that I am, so you don't have any errors that I've made in the past. Windows done. And we've locked the windows shut, so we can mark that done. Next is stow the computer, which I have done already. That lives in my backpack, which has a nice handle that fits on the mechanism where the seat belt comes out of. This is the passenger seat, so that is ready to go. When I'm done with the iPad, it goes in there as well, so I'm going to check that off. Next, cabinet and doors and drawers locked shut. This is a biggie, guys. This one is probably the most frequently violated, and the one you want to really make sure of that with the fridge, and that is to make sure that your cabinets are closed and locked with the push button. Let's do that now. So the way I do this is I literally touch each button to make sure that it is closed. This one has been open, so I close it. Close, and actually give myself an audible close. Hey, here I am. Look at that. Can't tell you how many times I've been driving down the road and all of a sudden this drawer slides out, and haven't had that up here. But the other one that is very easy to forget are these guys right here. I've been guilty of this one a lot of times. Fortunately, this has stayed closed, so I've never had the contents of my fridge spill out. But I would get to a place, realize it wasn't locked, and then I would bless the stars for not letting that the contents of the fridge come spilling out, which would be a mess. So here again, I look and touch, closed. Check a few more items off here. So we got fridge and freezer. We've got the cabinets. Let's verify the ceiling fan. So with the ceiling fan, I actually got this at the, those of you in aviation will recognize this. This is from the Minuteman missile silo. We've got a little bit of video coming up on that. I've actually hung it here, kind of stuck it in the corner to help remind me close it. make sure this bad boy is closed as it is currently. Maybe you can get something like this to remind you. Ceiling fan off and locked. AC and heat. So make sure that this is off. This is the Truma system, as you know. So it is off, which is great. LP off. Tank warmers, if I'm using those, off. Next thing is the AC. So this is the AC. We're going to turn it off. So we'll check propane is off. Ceiling fan heat is off. I did not do the water pump. This would be a good idea to turn this off right here. See that? And the reason I turn the water off is to not have the system pressurized in case something springs a leak when I'm driving. Now, I must admit that I've done this a fair amount of leaving this on. I've not had any issues with that, but certainly is the better way to go, which is to turn the water pump off when traveling. Water pump is off. Kitchen sink is stowed. That's a check. Again, you always want this in this position here. I might leave my sponge in there to dry out, but check, that is down. Bathroom door secured. Holy cow. Can't tell you how many times I've left this bad boy unsnapped and this thing flies open now because it's operating so much more smoothly. And it does help reduce the rattle a little bit. So check, that's done. Luke, say hi to the channel, Luke. 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 Oh, big yawn. There you go. So the other thing we're going to do is spin this around. Clearly it's not in driving mode. So Luke is going to apparently be the driver. Put that down. We got to move it forward a little bit. So driver seat. There. In drive mode. Next, house stereo powered off. That's this one. Done. Electric, so we're going to do the outside. This is a biggie. Awning retracted. I've almost driven off with this thing out a couple of times. Awning goes in. Side light, porch light, running board lights off. Just verify those. This is the awning lights. They're off. This is the running board lights down here under the running board. They are off. Seat cushion stowed. That's just to put this here so it's secure, won't move around. So that's cool. Wi-Fi and the wine guard power down. This is a good one here. Is I make sure that this is turned off, which I know it is because I haven't used it yet today. So I'm not using data while I'm going down the road. No need for that. So I always double check that my hotspot's turned off, and I'll always turn my wine guard off, which is like that. So check, those are done. Oh, here's a biggie, toilet seat down. How many times have you been hitting the brakes and the toilet seat slam? So check, that is done. Guys, this is a biggie. It's super minor, but it's super, I do it all too often, which is I don't grab my water bottle, which is normally filled with liquid, and I leave it here. I leave it on the table. And next thing you know, I'm hitting the brakes and the water bottle is going 30 miles an hour into the, down the floor. So what I do is I rack my water bottle, part of my checklist. Let's check that, stove. Okay, so we got just the outside stuff. Now, I've been at this state park in Arizona, and it's hot, so I'm using the blinds here, which are awesome. I love these. This just pushes down, and then the rails have to be stowed as well. So there's a little button there, and they just kind of sit right here. So again, they just stow down like that. Hopefully you bought your Travato with that system. It is just the nicest system, and the reason I was using it was not to block this amazing view, but to keep the sun out and keep it cooler. Look at this view. Is that amazing or what? Again, this is the side window blind. It was in for the same reason, keep the sun out. So what I will do is take that out. just like that, and then just fits in the space right here. So I'm gonna use that for use two hands for that. That leaves just the outdoor items. Let's go do that now. And again, what we're doing is racking the bike, stowing the grill, and disconnecting the power, which you can just see right here. For the electric, what I do is I turn the power off first, which is right here, the circuit breaker. See that? So I turn that off. I know that's not done. This is the surge guard, so it comes undone like that. Okay, let's wind this cord up. I like how it folds up so nice and neat. Let's put this in the rig. What I do here is I have two sets of hoses, fresh water, senti flush. This is where the electrical cable goes. I tuck these so that it doesn't scratch the wood. These are heavy duty Rapid storage straps. They have just really heavy duty Velcro. And I literally just hang this. You can see that my command hook is working well. So well that it pulled the vinyl off, which is fine. This is still holding really nicely. So 1, 2, 3 for these bad boys. This is where the surge protector goes, also a water filter, and also hose gloves for doing the sewer. Okay, so that's all nice and neat. All right, it's bright out here, so let's put the shades back on. Let me tell you about this grill and how I stow it back here. This is a charbroil grill. It's propane. And the way I have this, I don't even cover this anymore. I used to have a big old contractor plastic bag that I wrapped it in. I wouldn't be using it when it's raining, so it wouldn't be wet, and I just make sure the grease trap is cleaned out. There's a little bit of grill odor right when I stow it in here for just literally maybe an hour, but nothing too strong. I stow the propane, the regulator, and the grill scraper all in this just like that. So it's all fully self-contained. And again, it fits back here perfectly. And you might see that I have this on a really inexpensive Walmart rubber doormat. And what that does, it keeps this from moving around. And then I put my gym bag on top of this. The water goes in here like that. And then that is ready to go. See that? Perfect. Okay, let's rack the bike. So these are my Lucy lights. We definitely don't want to leave them behind. And where I store them is right inside. And they sit right here with the solar side up to collect the sunlight. And they stow really, really nicely there. Okay. So electrical disconnected, check. Water hose didn't have any. Sewer didn't have any. Bike racked. Stow grill. I need to turn off the inverter here, so let's do that. Something else, say none. This will go to blank, 30 amp none. You can see that now. So we're running off 12 volt. Clearance, this is a big one here, folks. So let's go out and look at that. Clearance above, okay, and any debris removed. Spectacular view, isn't it? So this is really important, is to always monitor the clearance above your rig, clearance on the sides, make sure nothing is blown or rolled in during your time at your stay. So like an airplane pilot, I just walk around the rig, make sure everything here is disconnected. I actually touch, closed, 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 just to make sure that everything is ready to go, nothing up on top. Bike is racked, locked. Again, touching, closed. It's all looking good. No debris, no clearance issues here. That's how we roll with a checklist. Very, very important to have yourself a checklist and to monitor it every time so you don't have any issues. I hope you learned a few things there and don't make some of the mistakes that I've made in the past. Use your checklist. and you won't have any problems. See you soon.